Hello everybody and welcome back to Chat and Chill. Hope you guys are enjoying your week, man. And like I said, before we get into why we got this guy in a costume, this dope dude, we got to talk about a man that's back in our screens after a couple of weeks. My man Geoffrey, man, what's up?
Not much, guys. Just, been doing other things, chasing other leads, getting this money. But I'm back. I'm better. Couldn't think of anything else to say.
But as you can see next to me right now, we got a dope guest, my friend. I'm actually excited about this one. When he hit me up, looked at his Instagram and I was like, damn, this guy's really dressing up in his costume. I was like, alright, cool. He's not just also a poet. Oh, should I say poet warrior? But we got Mr. Grimez in the building, man.
What is up, guys? What is up, guys? What's going on?
How are you, first of all, man?
I'm feeling good, energized, yeah.
I guess we have to get straight to it, man. You have to explain your question. Everyone's thinking,
I want to know from, from the beginning.
The beginning, boy. Have we got like 5 days?
So we got 100 days.
I'll 20 minutes, so...
I'll give you the short version.
Please.
Alright, basically, before the costume, I had an idea for a character, comic book character. So I just decided to put the comic book character and the music concept together as one. That's what I decided to do because I felt I was on stage, it feels a bit dry, I need something to kind of spice it up a bit, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where that came about. But originally, I just used to wear the mask. There was none of this, no armor, nothing. And people were a bit shook because they think you're going to come and rob the place, you know? As a black guy, they're thinking, boy, this is not safe, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to tell them, no, it's cool, I'm an artist. And some people are like, no, artists don't wear masks. So eventually, this stuff is added on and it's just been flowing ever since.
Yeah, do you get like a different... what's the reaction? Because I know you do this all the time. I see you even do interviews as well. Like, what do people... what's their reactions like? What do you usually get?
Usually it's like this. There's people that get it, and there's the people that think it's something totally different. They think it's a horror movie type of thing. And I'm like, this ain't a horror movie thing. Like, they've been watching too much Freddy and Jason with a knife and all that. So it's like, no, I'm not that. So that's what people associate with me. Some people see the costume straight away and they get it, they like it. Sometimes people just like the goggles, got different goggles. Sometimes people like the cape. It's one of those things. But I would say in the open mic scene recently, it's been weird because people seem to be stuck in their own kind of world. Not everybody, but they prefer the usual type of stuff, like everyone just dressed normal. So when I come there, it looks really obscure, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of like makes them probably feel a bit threatened because they just want to play Ed Sheeran songs, you know what I mean? And be comfortable with that vibe, which I can understand. But I mean, it's been an interesting experience. That's all I can say with this costume, and the concept of it. So,
My question is kind of going to the side of poetry. Where did that come from? Like, what got you into poetry? Why are you pursuing it? What do you even write about?
Well, to answer the first part of the question, it was mainly because I used to write, as people would say, rap. Then I turned it more into poetry because it sounded like poetry rather than typical rap, And alright, these days rap has changed now, so that's another story. But
another episode.
Yeah, another episode, exactly. But so that's what I decided to do. And usually with my stuff, I say it's more abstract about society, and it's a mixture of science fiction, a mixture of comic book elements and real life, But I guess with a lot of people, because when I go to poetry events, I hear people kind of doing their style, kind of like the everyday style of poetry that people can probably relate to. But when people hear it from me, it's a bit, I don't know, not hard to take in, but you got to really listen to it and understand the style of it. So, that's how I can really describe it, if that makes sense.
What sort of subjects do you touch on your poetry or in your poetry?
Mainly, it's to do with technology, post-apocalyptic events, apocalypse events, you know what I mean? All kinds of kind of crazy stuff mixed into
you would
one.
find like a comic book.
Yeah, and then put in, and then it's kind of like a soundtrack. So I've got a project right now called Road Against Automation, and it's more like a soundtrack. That's what my friend said, and that's what I wanted it to be, you know. So that's how it turns out, you know.
So obviously musically as well. So you touched a little bit about you doing music. What made you want to get into the music scene at the same time?
Well, what it is the poetry, there's music behind it.
Yeah, of course.
So I used to like read it off a paper, but it was just like, for me, it just felt a bit too long-winded sometimes. Like to read like, you know, 2 pages, like next page. So what I decided was, let me just strip it down a bit, put music, something that people can kind of vibe to, you know. So that's why I do that, you know. I would say it doesn't really fit in with today's modern music. That's the only thing, you know. It's got a bit more of a retro vibe to it. You know. So you couldn't really play it amongst maybe Afro swing or drill. Definitely not. You know. I think people be cussing, you know. So yeah, but it's definitely something on its own. It's more alternative.
That's dope, man. That's dope. I think it's cool that, you know, we have black people that are, you know, now coming out and trying to be different. I think too many times it seems like it's always in the more whiter side where they tend to do things very different. So I think meeting someone like you is really, really, really cool.
It's a breath of fresh air.
And I appreciate that. It's also, I remember when we had Reckless. And his whole thing. And I think it's cool that we have people, especially in places like London where it's very a judgmental area. Where you can come out and be different and like stick to it. For that, I appreciate it. Exactly. 100%. So for that, I definitely respect you, though.
I mean, the strange thing is as well, like you were saying, like when I go to a lot of black events, it's like I say, you get the grime, you get the drill. So when you're trying to go up against them, not in a competitive way, but it's just like people are kind of like, what? You know what I mean? Like some people like they're on it, but it's like it's new to them, and it's like you know, it's very difficult for them to probably get their head around it. You know what I mean?
Because if you was like to perform at Comic Con, or people who are from that culture, they would love this.
How did the Comic Con performance go? You was in Wales for Comic Con.
You see, he's been keeping up to date. That's good, man.
We literally just spoke about
Wow, man. But well, I didn't actually go and perform music there because you need to, you know, try and convince them what you do. But what I usually do is I just go there, make an appearance as Mr. Grimes, and just keep it moving, you know what I mean? So and I do my photo ops and stuff like that.
You got much love out there? You got fans out there?
Interest, I have to say. People are very friendly in Wales and the conventions, so that's the good thing. There's a difference when you go into the music side of things. People are very competitive, they're a bit stiff-necked, and they're like, who are you? But when you go to a convention now, people are more friendly, they're more open, and it's just a better vibe. I've been trying to speak to like one convention to like try and perform there, but they didn't get back to me. But you know, it's one of them things. Give it time.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the interview with Mr. Grimes. So make sure you go check the video at the end to go get all the topics right now, or click the eye. It should all be down there. And Mr. Grimes, man, where can they find you? What is your social medias? It's plug time, my brethren.
Of course. Firstly, hashtag Mr. Grimes, Poet Warrior.
Cheers!
And you can see me on Instagram at Mr. Grimes Real. The same for Twitter at Mr. Grimes Real. And if you just type in my name, Mr. Grimes Poet Warrior, I come up. You can't miss me. I'm wearing a damn mask, man.
All the things will be the link in the description below, so make sure you guys go and check him out. And also make sure you go check the top. It will be right at the end of this video. Just click one of those videos, hold the eye.